We've all been there. Wife and kids desperately crying for your attention, but unfortunately for them, Anthropic just dropped a new update. The AI overwhelm is real, from drowning in tool launches to watching 6 hours of AI content and having nothing to show for it. In this video, I'm going to give you a simple two-step framework that makes 90% of the noise disappear. Let's get into it. So the biggest issue here is this loop that we get stuck in. Because AI is this beautiful dopamine-producing machine, it makes anything seem possible, it makes anything easier than it's ever been, which people obviously love. So when we see people feeding us these use cases on a Monday morning, when a new model drops, we start to froth at the mouth and immediately think that we need to start using these features. But then Tuesday comes and a whole bunch of other influencers have started hyping up things based on things that they don't understand. That makes you want it even more and believe things that aren't true. Then comes Wednesday and you've now got your teeth sunk into this thing and you start building something, but you forget that there are still days left in this week. So Thursday comes round and there's another update. So what the hell do you do? Now you've got even more dopamine flowing through, but there's a little bit of doubt circulating in your mind because Friday is tomorrow and everybody knows that on Friday, the 6 hours of content that you have watched amount to absolutely nothing. And the cycle repeats over and over again for most people out there. So while most people think that they are falling behind, they're actually just running in circles because they didn't take the time to address what they were doing instead of focusing on the pretty things. And that's because the mindset we have adopted is capability first thinking, meaning what can AI do? When in reality, AI can pretty much do anything because it's connected to most things out there. And when you get to this first little bubble, there are a whole bunch of different webs that break out from that with more possibility. And it goes on and on and on until eventually you start to feel that overwhelm, especially when it is tied in with all of the use cases that float around out there. The trap though is that this question has no bottom. You are never going to reach this magical end or this place where you have no more problems to solve, because as soon as you have solved one problem, another door opens and several problems spawn from that new positioning that you're at. The overwhelm though comes from treating every new discovery like something that you actually need to personally invest in. And the first part of breaking that comes from our discovery on autopilot. So what we do here is just have a simple news monitor skill. But more importantly, what we're doing is we're taking all of this noise up front that comes in every single day and we're filtering it based on our exact needs and context. So for me as a business owner, I have a specific set of things that I'm trying to achieve. And based on that, I give my news monitor the exact context that I want, the only things that I care about. That forms 90% of my personal newsletter. And then at the end of it, we have a tiny little section for everything else that might be of use to me. It is still scored based on something that might be relevant to me, but most of my stuff focuses on things that are definitely relevant to me. And it's just little highlights. So if we flip across to my environment, you can see over here, my skill runs every single day at 7 a.m. When I wake up in the morning. This thing has given me my news. And it knows that I'm focusing heavily on Claude, building an AI operating system and other things like that. So it knows to score this news item based on how popular it is out there or how much traction it might have already on various websites. But then also we have something called the drift score, which is how relevant it is to me and whatever my mission is that I'm doing. So within 30 seconds, I know whether this thing is going to be something I need to invest my time in. And it certainly was. I posted a video about this yesterday already. This is for Claude managed agents. If you haven't seen it, you can check it on the screen now. I couldn't say that with a straight face trying to tell everyone to focus and then send them to another video. Anyway, the idea here is that my top 3 things to act on will be listed at the top. Then we have lower scores over here, which is kind of the mid-tier stuff that I might be interested in at some point, depending on how it develops. And then over here at the bottom is all of the stuff that I don't really care about that much, but nice to know because it could be in other lanes. Stuff to do with Google, anti-gravity, open source models, things like that. And then the filtered out junk that I would just not care about at all. This little thing over here that is so simple is the initial gate to make sure that whatever gets put in front of you is actually relevant. And the reason that we do this is because in this 30 seconds, I know, okay, cool. Now I need to go to part 2 of this framework I'm about to speak of and deep dive into this thing because I know that it is going to solve a specific problem. So before we get into step 2 here, what I'm focusing on here is identifying what problems I am trying to solve. And in order to do that, you need to give the AI some context about what problems you need to solve daily as a human or a business. If you're trying to learn stuff as a student, you would give it a list of things that you need to know. If you're a business owner in sales, you would want sales-based information or how Claude or whatever in the AI space can help you be better at sales or convincing people, psychology, whatever, those types of things to help you close more deals. And this forms layer 1, the discovery method, all based on actual problems, not based on hype that people think you should know. Then we get into the second part of this called the investment drill down. Now we know what we should be focusing on thanks to this discovery tool that we had, but there is equally a layer of bullshit that goes on in everybody's head based on fears and other such things that they think they need to do this thing as a number one priority. So for instance, with me, if I come back over to this and I see this Claude managed agents, the first thing that goes through my head is, why should I invest time in this? And when that alarm bell goes off, it's like, because your competitors are going to get there first, that people with 600,000 followers and all of that stuff. So it's fear-based. I need to get there first. I need to make this thing happen. But that doesn't mean that it is important. More importantly, it doesn't mean that you're actually going to get a return on investment of your time that you put into this thing. So that's why we need to ask another layer of why. Because if I panic and frenzy and go out there and think that I need to go and quickly record this video, is anyone actually going to watch it that matters? Do I have any clients that might find managed agents important? That sort of stuff. The idea here being that you need to make sure everything that stems from this discovery still gets chunked down to a point where you understand exactly why you are doing this thing, and it leads to you getting some form of result. That is how you know you're going to be able to move forward in this landscape. Because the other side of this is that this thing over here could tell you the best thing on earth to go and learn right now is this specific thing. And then you could go and invest your time into that. But if you ask why, you might say, oh, I need to stay relevant. If you ask why again, it would say, because my clients might ask about it. And then you could say, okay, cool, find me one client who might find this useful. And sometimes you can't actually do that. And that's why you are the final layer, the human in the loop of this process, to understanding what to do with your time. Because I promise you, this loop is never ending. It will never go away. This has happened to me so many times in the last few months, especially now because I'm an influencer and things like that. I need to stay ahead. I always need to be researching what is happening in this landscape, but there is so much competition. So I think I need to take care of anything when realistically, there are just few things that I need to take care of. And sometimes pausing for a moment over here and just waiting a few days gives me a much better contrarian angle once things have landed to go and to put a different view on the same topic, and sometimes that works even more in my favor. So the TLDR, as long as you tune this thing perfectly for whatever your needs are based on actual problems that you're trying to solve, and then you, the human in the loop, take some time to invest once you see the news, figure out if this is actually going to drive you or your business or whatever the thing is that you're working on forward. And just so we're clear, you can use this for YouTube as well. So if you don't want to spend all of your week watching tons of different YouTube videos, you can extend this skill to not just grab news, but grab transcripts from your favorite YouTubers' YouTube channels and pull down summaries of it. You can then also filter it down from any hype and other things that they might not know what they're talking about. You could see if it has any relevant business use cases for your specific situation, things like that. Condense all of this information down as much as you can, except for my videos. Those are definitely worth the 20 minutes. But there is one more layer to this whole thing. And this is a giant problem that I had as well, where you get a loop within a loop. And the problem here is that a lot of people have no idea what is currently going on in this landscape. So they start from a position of fear and they think, okay, I'm going to go out there and learn a bunch of stuff. So again, they don't start from the problem, but that's okay because their problem is that they don't know what they need to know. So it's an okay point to start. But the problem with this is that when they do get to that point, they don't ask the question that I've been telling you to ask in this, and they get stuck in this endless learning loop because they don't know how to apply this to their specific problem. So that's why this exact framework that I just went over helps with this kind of problem for people who are just starting in this landscape at the moment. If you filter by your problems, by your role, by your lifestyle, whatever it is that you choose, you'll have a much better starting position because you need to base everything off of your relevance. But the final part here is one that I fell victim to so many times, and that is avoidance. Most of us already know all of our problems. We also know how to solve our problems, but we do anything that we can to avoid that. And watching AI content forms part of that. Think about it. Most people hate sales. So what do? They try and build the ultimate sales system. They watch 100 videos on people who have automated their entire lead gen and made millions of dollars with all of these systems that they've built. But the thing is, it still comes down to you, the human in the loop. Otherwise, you have AI slop. At some point, you are going to have to get involved in that sales cycle. You will have to get on the phone with someone. You'll have to speak to them to close a deal. If you get them somewhere, eventually you're going to have to talk to them. The thing that you're avoiding is the thing that you need to do. More importantly, if you split this from entering the cave that you fear to enter first, and you build out that process from you walking through that fear, your AI is going to perform a lot better because it's built off of you and what you learned on that process instead of someone else's generic workflow. So the point for this section is that you need to understand the things that you are avoiding. What are you using AI to cover up? Do you really need to watch another video on how a sales cycle works? Do you really need to watch another video on how to write the perfect LinkedIn statement? Probably not. You just need to get out there and start iterating, find out what works for you and take it from there, and then start to automate everything and get Claude to be your co-pilot. But I thought I would just share these because these are the most common scenarios that I've run into over the last couple of years working in AI with a family, running a business, moving from London to America. There was so much going on and I still had to do everything that I was doing at the same time. So everything started to become very overwhelming, and I found that these three things were the easiest ways to kind of chunk them down and focus on what actually matters to me. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, leave some comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, check out the videos on the screen right now. They'll definitely help you in your journey. You can grab the skill that I spoke about in this video for free in the description as well. See you guys later.